About the narcissist will, the most powerful weapon for the narcissist is your loyalty, especially if your family or an old friend or something like that. And so their most powerful way of controlling the person is if the person is a nice person and they are using loyalty to control the person. So the person has it's like this: just consider yourself a ball. The nucleus, the inside of the ball, is absolute dedicated loyalty to a person. Then that person can tell you lies and stuff, and I've seen people be told the most ridiculous lies, and they fully believe it only because of the person who told them, not because there's any resemblance to truth in them. My mother who was a chronic liar, used to say things, and I believe them something because she was my mother. And sometimes I sort of doubt them a bit, and then I'd go, no, and then just quickly cast away any thoughts that she was being dishonest or lying or anything like that. And so, cats are very distracting nowadays. So and that's one of the main weapons, is loyalty. So as long as you're loyal to them, they know they can stretch the truth again and again and again. And it's stretching the truth constantly, and you believing them stretching the truth, all you're doing is proving to them and to yourself that, proving to them that you're gullible, and they can keep stretching the truth, and proving to you that they're innocent because you keep overriding the truth to understand them or believe them. Another one which I wrote about years ago was they changed the subject. I face this a lot with my ex, where I'd find out about something that she'd done wrong or lied about or tricked me with or something, and I'd be outraged and I'd go storming up to her and I'd say, "What is this all about?" And while we argued, because we didn't discuss, or if we discussed it, we went into an argument, because we were constantly arguing, which was ridiculous, and that should have been a warning to me that something was wrong, but it wasn't, because I was loyal to her. She would either do what politicians do very, very well. When they find they're losing the argument, they pick at the person. So they'll find something personal about you, and they'll either praise you or they'll run you down. So if your weakness is vanity, they'll say, "Oh, you've got a lovely dress on," and that diffuses your argument to some degree. And your vanity will click in, and you'll say, "Oh, really?" And next thing you know, you realise you're talking about the dress, so you forget what you're arguing about. The other one is they'll hit you with something personal. They'll say you're not a good mother, or you're not a good father, or you do bad things. One case, I was arguing with my ex-wife, and I was so incredibly frustrated that get off, cat! I thumped this cat's sitting on the camera. Get off! And I was so angry, I thumped the table with my fist, and I accidentally cut one of the children's toys, and she just sat there saying, "Oh, you evil brute, you brute, you man, you punch your daughter's toy and you broke it. How could you do that? It just shows how uncontrolled you are." And she went on and that. In the argument, I had a good argument, and she had done something wrong, and I was in the process of proving it when I lost control and hit the table. And when I hit the table and the toy got broken, she just turned around and said, "Look what you've done," and guilt set in. And I felt so guilty, I let her win the argument. On another occasion, we were arguing, and one of our daughters came in. She was maybe 3 years old, and I snapped at the door to go out of the room or something, and then my ex-girlfriend says, "Oh, look at the way you talk to your daughter. You're losing the argument." And it just shows what a bad character you are and what a bad father you are to treat your daughter like that. And of course it worked, and I turned around and felt shamed and disgusted in myself because I'd done this to my daughter. So it's the narcissist will win by taking your winning argument, and in your mind they will transfer it to something else. And then by doing that, they get your mind off the winning argument, the argument that you're winning, and they turn it to something else so you don't win the argument. Because they know you're going to win. They know you figured them out, you figured out what they're doing wrong. And by making you forget the argument from then on, they can do other arguments, they can do other things to confuse you and to put you off. So you alright? And yeah, so you lose your cool. So the idea is to get your mind off the argument and onto something else, so that you don't continue the argument, so that they remain in control. You remain confused. You remain gullible, and you don't learn from. So say, if you hit a nail and then you accidentally hit your thumb, you learn a lesson. You think, "Oh, I'm not going to hit my thumb again. This is so painful." When you argue with a person and you win the argument, it's over certain things. You learn from it. You gain experience from your win. But if they can change the subject, hurt your feelings, make you feel ashamed, make you feel guilty, and they can twist the story around to make you the one who looks like the bad guy, and you're not. It's happened to me heaps of times. If they can do anything like that, then you don't win. You don't learn from the experience, and they can keep doing it to you. And you just keep thinking, every time you have an argument with them, they twist it around and make you the guilty one. You walk away thinking, "I'm a terrible person, and they're a better person." And as long as you're thinking they're a better person, they got you. And that can go on for years. They can just keep doing that for years and years and years. And for years and years, you can keep believing that you're the bad person, and you're not. And that you've done wrong and you haven't, and that you're I don't know, it's just a twisting of making your character seem like the bad character, thus they remain in control. Any form of confidence, learning, courage that you have, they must pull apart as soon as possible. And when you live with a narcissist, you learn as you go what the narcissist does in their bad behaviour. But if they can constantly keep whittling down your ability to use logic, common sense, and investigate, then you'll never click that what they're doing to you is a constant process of destroying your life while they regain control. Why narcissists do this? I have no idea. I've never been able to figure it out. I would still rather always be the victim of a narcissist than a narcissist. So it's just some thoughts on it. Okay. Thank you. You have a good day.